so long it's like alchemy.
All right, y'all, I apologize. I'm getting this to you a little bit late, but I work Saturday and Sunday morning, so these weekend games, the turnaround's a little longer, I'd mentioned before. And this is the end of the Minnesota OKC game. Minnesota's beat OKC twice in a week. I thought I'd point that out. You see Melo with his dad bod taking the L, and Jimmy Butler, who pretended to have some sort of like heroic flu game effort. I'm not buying it. But Minnesota, it could be an interesting playoff matchup between these two moving forward, where Minnesota owns a 2-0 split right now. Or not a split, right? Either way, here we go. Washington, Golden State. Washington coming off a bad overtime loss, their first loss of the season in Los Angeles. Lonzo Wall. Go back, see that video. I did a little post game on that. So the game plan was really clear from Washington. It was be very physical with Steph, double and crowd him off the three-point line, and honestly, they were very successful with it. Now, Marcin Gortat was the matchup that I was concerned about because he can stay in the game when it's fast, and then he's just too big at the rim, as you see for Draymond right there. And so they went to him early and often, but I think, for the most part, we did a good job on him. And then Draymond, he's going to have to get one of these at least once a game. They're guarding the three-point line. That opens up the middle for easy dunks, and guys know Draymond's looking to pass, and he's going to have to keep them honest. You see Vlade Divac, Jamie Foxx courtside, everybody out at Oracle. I saw a swollen E40 baseline the whole game in all gold, repping the Dubs super hard. Wall again to Gortat, and then Draymond, I love it. He brings the juice, but you could tell it was an emotional night from the start, and then KD, who's been so sloppy to start games, continues the trend. 4 turnovers in the first 5 minutes, and then you're going to see the $106 million otter from the DC area, Otto Porter. And I haven't been very impressed with the man, but he killed us. Career night for Otto in Oracle. Here we go, pushing away. Draymond gives the ball up way too early. And you say, well, what's going on here? It's going to leave us with thoughts from Clay. If Draymond wasn't scared to shoot free throws, he would have ran the break properly. But I'm going to keep that to myself. We all know Draymond stays in his feelings. All right, back to the game. And what was the scariest moment of this game by far? Not the Draymond scuffle at all. If you caught this in the first quarter, Steph dragged the toe and tweaked the ankle. At first, you thought he banged knees right there. You see that it's just like a toe drag. And if you remember early in the career, that's how he used to roll it. He never came down on people's feet. It was just catching the edge of the shoe and rolling it, and he did so, but he was fine. And then Wall, I felt, was over physical with Steph. I thought he had like a mindset like, I'm going to bully Steph. And it kind of threw him out of his own game offensively early on. You see him get the charge. And here we go, continuing the trend of first pass turnovers. This time, Za's the culprit. And Za rebounded very well. He had 7 in the first quarter, but he's not going to be able to challenge the three-point line. He doesn't even go out on the perimeter. And a three-happy team like Washington, we paid the cost. Look at Iguodala let Otto pull up in rhythm. What's the difference between an otter and a beaver? Either way, none of them are in DC. All right, I'm going to leave that joke alone. And then watch this. Look at Iguodala crash the offensive glass on a corner 3. That's a big no-no. Why? No one back. KD makes up for it with a great block, but McCaw out of bounds. And that's just kind of what happened in this first half. Anything that could have went wrong did. Wall right back at the rim after being blocked. You've got to love his competitive juices. And then Steph, understanding how they're doubling him, keeps on moving. Nice little backdoor cut and find from McGee, who is awful in limited minutes. And KD has the nastiest crossover for a 7-footer we've ever seen. And he really carried us in the first half, getting to the line, and was really the only consistent offense we had. But obviously the rebounding was an issue against Toronto, and I think that we were trying to over-rebound here. That's great ball movement. Pat McCaw gave us great minutes, but we were over-hitting the glass, and it was leading to terrible transition defense. Look at Steph trying to draw the foul. McCaw tries to hit the glass. Look at 3 Warriors behind the play, leaves Iguodala out to dry. Jody Meeks, all he does is shoot threes, and he gets one to end the first quarter. Kerr gave Nick Young a chance against his former team, and I know these are the type of things you're going to have to live with Nick Young, but I really didn't like this on a second chance in the possession. He just takes a terrible shot, and he was in and out real quick, and then Draymond here is going to get teed up on the offensive call. It might have been a bit of a flop, but I don't think it was so egregious that he needs to overreact like he did. Draymond just talks too much. Now, the real question is, Al Attles night, did Kerr stay in character? Was he like, listen here, baby, you just need to play ball, Dre. You need to shut your mouth and play ball. So in comes David West, who would have himself a night. So that's jumper number one. Okay, nice little mid-range. And then Klay, he's not a shower, he's a grower. Klay slowly growing in other aspects of his game with the scoop finish. But what I loved was D West hit a couple, and then KD, they pointed it out, was just heat checking him. When he's got the leg kick fadeaway at the line, you're like, okay, D West. He finds him again, little step back in no man's land. So David West, 16 points in 15 minutes. And then Steph, I hate to say it, but look at him. All he had to do was cut baseline off with 7 seconds left on the shot clock. He steps around and tries to reach at Oubre, and I really question his defensive IQ at this point. I mean, that's just a silly play. Another hustle play. Nick Young, what are you doing? What are you doing? Again, if he makes it, we're celebrating him, but he wasn't making it on this night. Steph, the reload, can't hit it. Gets it out. KD's got to knock this down, right? Wrong. Now, I wanted to shout out Patrick McCaw. Look at him on Beal here. And this is some stuff that goes unnoticed a lot of the times. Look at him get the block and then watch the hustle, the burst to the loose ball and gets us out in transition. McCaw gave us great minutes, particularly on the defensive end. And then 1 of 15 to start from three-point land really helped build this huge lead for Washington. Luckily, KD kept getting to the line. And Steph definitely recognized the trapping and how they were playing him. I think he dribbled a little bit too much. Nice pass to Ig, but he kind of held the ball a little too long. And then watch Draymond's. Klay gets sucked in here for no reason, gives up the corner three. Watch Draymond's disgust after the play. He's like, I don't even know what to say. F ya, I don't even know. Look at it. Look at the body language. So very frustrating defense in this first half. Beal on Dre. Watch him get the block. That's where it begins. He feels some type of way about the block, and then here it goes. Now, what I'm checking for is who gets first to the party. Klay's there, KD's there. I'm like, Steph, you coming in? You coming in? Never mind suspensions. I want to know who's willing to ride. That's just my mindset. Everybody knows the little sucker punch, rabbit punch Oubre Jr. Joanna man had on Klay Thompson, but he shook it off. And then, you know, this kind of lasted long, man. This was kind of, I'm not going to front, this was kind of exciting how long, and, you know, usually these tussles end in like 5 seconds, so you're wondering what's going on at the bottom of the pile. It's like a fumble on Sunday, right? All sorts of dirty shit going on at the bottom of the pile, and it took a long while to separate them. And then Draymond, just read the body language on Draymond. Draymond's like taking a mental note, like, there will be blood. This will not be forgotten, right? Look at this. He's letting them know, man. So I love reading the body language of this. And, you know, Draymond is built for this. This is what Draymond do. They said that, you know, post this. And then take a look at Beal. I'm like, all right, what's Beal look like? Is Beal bleeding? Is Beal bleeding? Look at Beal. Looks like he just saw Bigfoot. He just saw Bigfoot. Nah, that's just Day-Day. You just ran into Day-Day. You're not built like that, Beal. Stop it. And then shout out to the Warrior fan who talked that shit through the aisle when Beal got ejected.
I think Beal's got to go too. So he's...
You can get ejected with one technical. Yeah. I mean, that's what they did.
Old man, a savage. Now, you think that fired the Warriors up. They let Wall just pull up comfortably to end the half. Why not? Everything else went in that first half. Wall's expression like, yeah, I'm about that life, homie. But it's Bradley. Bradley would no longer be seen in this game. Zaza, second half, and a terrible call. This is my favorite play of the game, hands down. Zaza gets mugged at the rim. We rarely see Zaza complain. So what does he do? An eye for an eye. Comes down and just rakes Otto across the face. That was my favorite play of the game. Zaza, he knows the rules of the game, man. He was trying to make a point, and I loved it. Here we go. Kevon Looney starting for Draymond. Look at the Pau Gasol footwork. Looney had himself a night, y'all. Kevon Looney rose from the dead, and then Caspi finally contributed, man. Look at him. He gets hit with the Draymond call. How many times did Otto Porter get clipped in this game, man? Impressive performance for him because he got chipped up. So Caspi gets teed up just based off Draymond's reputation. Caspi hasn't even played in like 2 seasons. He's like, damn, I'm getting teed for that. So some silly shenanigans continue, but I think, you know, the scrap before probably added to that. Now, you know things are going poorly offensively when Iguodala looks for his jump shot. Like when Ig turns the corner and looks for a jumper, you're like, oh, damn, we need some offense. Ig always there when you need him. Final minute of the third, McCaw, great court awareness. Dump back Curry, finally gets a 3-ball to go. Could the Warriors climb back? Now Curry's like, watch me walk the dog and then tug on the leash. Wall, what are you doing? Pulls up, cuts it to 10, heading into the fourth, and Roracle feeling some type. You don't think Kerr's fired up? I think he's taking on the persona of the outfit. So here we go. Start the fourth quarter. Clay, quick trigger finger. You know the rules. And all of a sudden, it's a 7-point game. Now, Omri Casspi in there. There's no Jordan Bell. He's inactive. Casspi, heavy minutes in his first real time. Look at him with the block and then creates the turnover. Casspi so savvy out on the court. KD is the easy money sniper. Now, all of a sudden, like Washington, you can feel the momentum shift. No other arena does it like this, but look at Omri Casspi. 8 points, 13 minutes, and he's got a crazy shot. Look at the backspin on that shot. So Casspi hits the huge three. He knows how to celebrate like a warrior. He's not done. Clay, look at David West on the glass. David West, like I said, he may have been the MVP of the game. More from Casspi. And Nick Young, he may not see the floor. If Caspi's going to continue to perform, look at him read the defense and find David West again. So he may start taking Nick Young's minutes if he can stay healthy. And then KD, though, well, why not 3-ball? How about 31, 11, and 6 for number 35? Wall and Washington clearly missing Beal's offense late in this game, but Otto Porter, it's just one of them days. 7 of 9 from 3, keeping Washington alive in this game. Now you got to credit Steve Kerr going back to Kevon Looney with David West as hot as he was. He goes back to Looney with the new weight line. Doesn't he look like he's 2D? He's like in 2D. But Looney's come a long way from looking like a baby giraffe, learning how to run with the Donkey Kong dunk all over Kelly Oubre, Joanna Man Jr. Roracle rises to their feet. Scotty Brooks is like, this ain't the first time I've blown a big lead to the Warriors. KD travels with the ball. Really, the possession that could have put things away, and again, a lack of focus. Could it bite the Warriors in the butt? John Wall, he doesn't have his sharpshooter, so what does he do? He gets right to the rim, scores very quickly. Next possession, KD, can he make up for the turnover? Of course he does. He gets to the sweet spot over a lengthy defender. And then this is the play I did not like from Curry. He gets the switch. I feel like he settled here. Clearly, the 3-ball hadn't been going. I know he got a little bit warm, but that's a settling shot. And then another poor decision to try to press John Wall in the backcourt is just a no-no. The fastest man in the league with the ball. I know they get the switch here. So what does Washington do? Wall penetrates. That's a good look. Doesn't get it. And then again, the offensive rebounding killing us. Jody Meeks hits the 3, and the Warriors are not out of the water. So KD gets fouled. I'm speeding this up. He's going to hit 2 big free throws, right? What's that going to make the score? That's going to make the Warriors up 3 points with less than 10 seconds left. So what do? You foul. And let me point something out here. The new rule changes do not allow continuation, right? The Harden rule. You can't like get fouled and then flick up a shot and get the free throws. They're cutting that out of the game. So that gives you even more incentive to foul up 3 with less than 10 seconds. So Bob, Jim, everybody I think in the arena is sure, all right, we're going to grab a non-free throw shooter here and ensure the win. Comes the inbounds. And no, they're going to let them get up a 3-ball. Now, this is going to be Washington ball. Now you say with 1 second left, okay, now they're going to grab them and foul. No risking a miracle 3-point shot here, right? You're going to just grab them 2 free throws. Maybe 10 seconds was too much time on the clock for them to foul, and that's Kerr's strategy. So here we go. The classic stack formation for the inbounds. Mind you, no Bradley Beal. Who do they go to? Do the Warriors foul?
Give them a layup. Give them a layup. There you go.
The 3 at the buzzer.
Now, that was pretty all quick, so I don't know if he could have even got the foul there, but the Warriors narrowly escaped a ton of dramatics. Omri Casspi, David West, Kevon Looney, the others, really the unsung heroes in this comeback win at Oracle Arena. I'm out, y'all.